Well, thank you very much, Prime Minister and ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to change the first word from I to we. I think are enormously humbled by this award, but we are both quite uneasy with this recognition, given that we were just one part of a very large team and we're surrounded by people who have worked their whole lives towards a cause and have dedicated themselves to that. And so we'd like to just congratulate again the other nominees for their efforts. Now, at this point, there will be a separation because I am fiercely proud to be a South Australian, and I'm equally proud to call myself an explorer. But I do fear for kids today who, living in a risk-averse society, will not learn to challenge themselves and to earn the grazed knees and stubbed toes that really are necessary to build resilience and confidence. I think a need for adventure resides in all of us. And the answer for some is found in reading books, and for others by watching the screen. But for others, like ourselves, exploration is actually a real addiction. For me, or for us, it's about caves. And really, caves are the last place on this earth where an explorer can be the very first person to find something unique and witness something for the first time and call it their own. It's thrilling to be part of a wave of citizen scientists in that community who are unravelling some of the world's secrets, the Earth's secrets. So we must encourage children to be part of that wave of enthusiastic amateurs like ourselves, not necessarily in caves, perhaps. And you might think it's strange that having just rescued some kids from a cave that I'd like to promote kids to come underground. But actually, kids do need to be kids, and they need to be allowed to be so. They need to be allowed to find their own boundaries and to test their own limits. So I plan to spend this year encouraging kids to do just that and to find their inner explorer. And equally importantly, to ask parents to relax a little and let them have a bit of rope to do that. Outdoor activities really do promote physical and mental well-being, and it's critical that kids can test their own limits. Exploration has stood Craig and I in very good stead and has opened up a world of adventures to us. We have no secret talents, but we have resolved to test ourselves and to discover what we can in the short time that we have on this planet. Anyone with a measure of enthusiasm can achieve the sort of things that we have done, and I can't bear to see kids squander any of these opportunities, trapped indoors, eyes glued to a screen. So my message is very simple, that is, time is short, get amongst it and take your kids with you. Thank you.
Blimey. Well, I am really somewhat astounded that the pursuit of a hobby for the last 22 years has led to so much interest and acknowledgement, and me being up here tonight. I will, at the risk of boring you, emphasise again that Harry and I are just two members of a large team that carried out the Tarmalong rescue, and there were many individuals that played valuable parts. I've had the most extraordinary good fortune throughout my life. Probably the single greatest factor is having been born in Australia. I think it's difficult to think of a better place in the world to live. It's so easy to focus on negative news and a seemingly never-ending stream of problems, but we should recall that in the eyes of the rest of the world, Australia is viewed as an outstanding example of civil society. But while a nation must build for all, at an individual level, we must all accept personal responsibility for our destiny. And confronting the small challenges that appear every day and taking responsibility for your actions and for their consequences is the only way you can possibly be ready for the life-defining events. There's a temptation to take the easy route. I think that life will be better if we mould it to make it as comfortable as possible. But there's a real and serious risk in doing this. The risk that we miss the opportunities that present themselves. Missing the chance to lend a hand and help others. We risk never knowing our own strength and what we're capable of. And we risk that when we're faced with our test or adversity confronts us, we crumble into a heap and give up instead of standing up. So I urge all Australians to make the most of every opportunity that presents itself, and in every decision you make, ask yourself, does this help me to be the best person that I can be? Thank you for this great honour. I feel flattered and privileged to be numbered amongst an extraordinary group of people, both previous recipients and this year's nominees. I dearly hope that I can prove myself worthy of it. Thank you.